Flight boss, bitch. For sure. You're not listening to the Mind of an Terry's Moon. Flight boss is the Archangel Uriel, and Dolo here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. Now, we're gonna talk about right now, the importance of learning how to make yourself cry in joy. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like for some reason in this society and the power of the lower chakra, for some reason people only feel the necessary need to cry when it's division or something's being divided or something's dealing with death or something's dealing with a desire that you want. This is the only reasons that people, but you fail to realize that all your chakras can make you cry. And the way you shed tears, that feeling, that vibrational energy is going to let you know what chakra you in. So just think about everybody and think about when you see them crying, right? You automatically gonna know what chakra they vibrating from. Because 9 times out of 10 they crying because they ain't got something. 9 times out of 10 they crying because somebody died. 9 times out of 10 they crying because they've been divided from something or some place or thing. You know what I'm saying? So these are people who let the lower chakra overpower them. But what you need to understand there's when you having a joyful moment, you're in joy. So it's important to go in the realm of reality of joy and start to develop and learn how to cry in this realm of reality, because there's so much stuff to learn. Like you learn about death and separation so much that's all you know, because that's the only chakra you vibrating in. But you have the ability to cry in all chakras. It's just you don't think about it like that because you think it's only worth. And then you have things that set up in society that's placed there to make you think that these the only things, that this is the only reason to cry. So when you do jump into a higher frequency or a higher chakra that get these immense emotions and feelings, you start to downtone them because you're supposed to be like, oh, I can't act like that. Or I'm not supposed to feel like this right now. I'm not supposed to show this expression right now, because you're in a society full of other people who vibrate on the same levels. And see, and people get this mind state. It goes way back from people who are spiritual slaves, who let their religion fuck them every day. So this is why another reason why you have to be careful who you are in a relationship with. Because if you're in a relationship with a heavy religious person, you need to keep in mind that that person is in a relationship with that religion first, then you. So the moment you start doing shit and fucking up that don't apply to that person's God or religion, then you need to realize that that person will kick you to the curb. So you need to understand that also. That person is in a relationship. So for things that make you cry only using the lower chakra and dealing with pain, it comes from spiritual goddesses, religions, all kind of stupid shit to make people think things is only one way. And then look at how many times you have cried because of how much joy you was in. I bet you can't even weigh that. If you went somewhere in your religion and let my eye weigh the feather in your heart gonna be heavy as fuck. Cause you only know about crying about stupid shit. You ain't even had many times crying from being in joy. It's so much knowledge and wisdom and information. And the information ain't gonna come in the way you like it. It's not gonna come in your language. It's not gonna come in front of you. It may not even come. It's not gonna come in words. You know what I'm saying? You have to be high consciousness enough to be able to develop and to understand what realm of reality you in. And once you high consciously enough, then you have the ability to be able to extract it down into this reality, and be able to explain it to others with words and things of that nature. But a lot of these things don't consist with language and words. We talk about your spirit. Your body and the spirit is two different things. Your body don't know no language. You know what I'm saying? Your body don't, your spirit don't have no language. Your spirit don't have no master. Your spirit is connected with the true God. It ain't until you jump into your devilish flesh to the point that you think you need a master or you think you need something else. And then the only reason you're crying is things that's in this realm of reality. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's so much information, like, and it's going to come to you in different ways. Like, it's going to come to you in ways that you be happy more. You appreciate less. You don't expect as much. You know what I'm saying? You start appreciating the little things more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could listen to one of my songs, or I could go outside, just take a step outside and be enjoying so much and so much bliss that I can cry. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to cry because how y'all crying. You know what I'm saying? That, and then the whole annotation behind crying has something to do with negative. No, you need to learn how to start accessing your crying ability in all chakras. But majorly other ones other than that fucking lower one, where you need a Lord. You know what I'm saying? Because 9 times out of 10, you're gonna cry to a Lord because you in a lower frequency and you're vibrating from your lower chakra. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason you would think is even a reason to cry. You see what I'm saying? Like, you should cry because you got life within this death. You know what I'm saying? And you probably think like, dang, then when I'm gonna cry, that mean you, if you ain't really got nothing positive to cry about, then that should let you know where your life is at and where your spiritual nature is at and how much help you might need. Because you can't even find the idea of something to be in joy about that'll take you to a bliss that you can actually tear from that joy. So you ain't tapped into no real God. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you tapped into. You see what I'm saying? But it ain't nothing of purity. It's something of separation, icky, stickiness, dirtiness, dirt, stuff that don't matter. This is why those type of things is the things that only make you cry, make you upset, make you frustrated. You know what I'm saying? I get mad and frustrated if I'm blocked off from giving some type of knowledge or some shit like that. If I'm blocked off from doing something, I'm happy. That's making me happy. That's the only time I don't sit around and ponder over shit I don't have control over. Now, and a lot of these things in this third dimensional realm is things you don't have control over. And the moment you start to try to use your brain to think that you can control the outcome of a circumstance or a situation that you don't even got wisdom on how the situation is in the first place based upon the illusions you in, then you gonna fall short. You will forever be blind. You know what I'm saying? And then it leaves a stinky aura. See, what I'm saying is you need to find something that enjoys you, because see, it's things in this society that everybody had this ability, but they deflect that feeling based upon the society and the culture that they're in. You know what I'm saying? You need to tap into these emotions and feelings. You ever had that feeling that you heard a certain song you heard and it made you feel a certain way, but you didn't travel that feeling? You kind of like start rejecting it because who you was around or what kind of ideas they may have, like you're worrying about other people too much and you're not stepping in that totality vibration, right? So you kind of scared to be yourself. That's really basically what it's saying. So you would never tap into no high frequency God realm if you ultimately scared to be yourself. And then it's things in this realm of reality and the society that'll make you think that's not you. So when you are being yourself, you think you're not being yourself. You're like, oh, that's not me. I shouldn't do. No, it is you. You see what I'm saying? It is you. You got to understand that. And if you want to tap into any realm of reality, you need to have some type of purity or some type of real bliss that occurred into your life. Because if you don't know what real bliss is, then whatever little portion of bliss you receive, you think that's all you deserve. No, you deserve everything in the world. You see what I'm saying? Y'all got fucked up mind states. Y'all got messed up ways of thinking based upon, you know what I'm saying, being spiritual slaves or based upon the things that you do on a day-to-day basis, and or probably based upon the people, places, and things that you're around every day. That if you around a blind person and you're not even aware, it's the blind leading the blind. So just because this person's smarter than you, they still might be blind. So you still being led by the blind. You know what I'm saying? You have to develop some type of understanding under this some type of understanding. You see what I'm saying? Now, find the things that really enjoy you. I mean, that you really enjoy, and you channel it. So these things gonna enjoy you. This is why when you buy something, for an example, look at shoes. I can have a pair of tennis shoes for 4 or 5 years, and they'll still look brand new. You see what I'm saying? They will still look brand new. You know why? Because what I channeled, it channeled me. You see what I'm saying? So it wasn't the fact that I just wanted it and then didn't care I wanted more. I actually appreciated what I had. So what I had is channeling me also. It appreciate being in my presence. So if I appreciate something being in my presence and that presence appreciate me being in its presence, then we're working together. So it's going to play out in ways of it's going to look the part and it's going to make sure I look the part, no matter how long we've been together. So you can take that science and take that to your relationships and everything. If you cherish your partner, your partner gonna channel you too. So just think about all the little deficiating things that y'all go through every day. It's gonna slowly but surely spread y'all apart. You see what I'm saying? But if y'all have a basic overall understanding of, well, I cherish this person, the good and bad of this person, then that person energy soul is gonna channel you too. So it don't matter what you guys do to each other, you still gonna have that. So it even plays out in ways that you guys can cheat on each other millions of times. There's always something that's gonna bring you guys back because you guys actually cherish each other's presence. You know what I'm saying? With the energy force. So when you stepping into things that you enjoy, travel those feelings. Go into the yin realm and travel those emotions and feelings. And you're gonna find yourself getting so hype and so geeked that you're going to find yourself feeling like you can even cry or pass out. Like literally, you will feel like, damn, I can pass out right now. You can feel like, damn, I can cry right now. You may cry. You know what I'm saying? You just may cry. A tear may come from your eyes. And if it's out of something that you're just enjoying so much, it may be an Archangel Uriel video. It may be a lot of other people's videos. You know what I'm saying? I just got introduced today to what's her name? So this is for all my females. All my females out there, y'all go watch Gigi Young. Gigi Young. She got hella knowledge, yo. And she ain't got no filters. She wasn't put under no shit. Like she don't have no what they call that? She have She was raised as an atheist, and then she tapped into this to the spirit realm. You know what I'm saying? So she don't have no baggage. She's like more pure, even though atheists ain't pure either. But what I'm saying is when you stepping into a spiritual realm, you know what I'm saying? You have to be pure. You can't have no attachments. You can't have no preceding thoughts. Like you got a lot of like preachers and things out here. Like they got precept thoughts. They come into a something with a pre-written, pre-scripted. So they just being used as vessels. And the higher the consciousness is, the higher the consciousness vessel being is using them as a vessel. You see what I'm saying? So you have to understand that. Anything that has an agenda, you have to watch. Anything that want to call itself some type of authority over you, call yourself. Because look, when you have kids, what do you think? You love your kids, but you love your kids by what? By giving, right? And then, ultimately, once they get older, you ultimately going to start receiving. But you just love your kids. You don't make your kids do things, and you don't usher them into a bad place. So everything is relative. So if God, my father, my uncle, whatever like that, right? Why would God have the same mind state? So you got to think like that. So now you have to think whatever you've been believing. If it made you think like that, then it might have been a higher force, but not the highest force. You see what I'm saying? So you may be spiritually in jail. You may be getting spiritually fucked by Jesus and everything. Every time you hear a person talk about, oh, something's within me, I had to get on my knees. I had to something got in me, the fire in me, the fire out. You getting spiritually fucked. I don't care how you look at it. You getting spiritually fucked. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't gonna play out in no other way in real life, but you getting fucked in your situations or literally. You see what I'm saying? So you have to understand, you have to gear away from words, gear away from energies and step into real spirituality. Then you will be able to understand where things really are. The same way you got manipulative people on earth, the same way you got manipulative spirits in the esoteric realm. Until you rise your own consciousness awareness, you will never see that. You will find one ruler to the other ruler. You'll lead from one ruler to the other ruler, one ruler to the other ruler, until you get high consciousness enough to you be in the real presence of a God, and God tell you, you have no ruler. I gave you the power to rule. You see what I'm saying? So once you understand that, you're not supposed to be ruling over people in general. You're supposed to rule over your own circumstances. And the better you know how to rule over your own circumstances, you won't have time to worry about nobody else's situations and circumstances. And you will even be in a situation yourself where you can help someone else's other circumstances and situation. That's what God needs you here for. God don't need you to be here for no sheep. You know what I'm saying? God ain't put you here to keep begging to God for something. That ain't what God put you here for. God gave us all power that God has. He gave us all the power. Now, whether we choose to utilize it or not and give it away to other people or not is our choice. You see what I'm saying? That's our choice. But that's not the totality of things. That's not what it is. God ain't put you here for you to not leave his lap. That's like you being a parent and you never fucking leave it. Never having a mind of your own. Your parent ain't put you here to be up under them for the rest of your fucking life. So you think God ain't thinking that way? God ain't put you here to be up under God for the rest of your fucking life. It's time for you to go somewhere and utilize that power. You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't, you will get that power taken away from you. Believe that. You will get that shit taken away from you. So, you know, and then you will have to experience a whole bunch of other lifetimes till you develop the consciousness awareness to obtain that power again. But it's not like it's something like whatever master made you thought it was evil. How's somebody gonna tell you astrology is evil when the person who's telling you the whole Bible is about astrology? So you gotta understand. You know what I'm saying? But learn how to step into crying from joy. And I can't specifically tell you what kind of information you're going to receive in your own life because it comes to you in your own way, within your own elements. Same thing, same way with things I'm into may not be the things you're into. So it's going to come to you in your own way. But what I'm telling you is how to receive it in the first place is tapping in and learning how to cry, or at least learning how to ride the bliss of the emotional ways of being in joy. Flight boss, bitch, goddamn air.